Well, there is not only one. I have to say there is a couple of things. One is the ballast water management regulations. The problem is, even if an owner wants to comply, the machines that are being currently available to the ship owner, they don't seem to work okay. So we may need to spend 1 million or 2 million to fit the machine on board, and then when we are tested in a port, the machine will not work. So that's a big challenge. We've been asking IMO to change the protocol of testing in order to get better machines, but IMO hasn't accepted that yet. And the other challenge is, of course, the CO2 regulations that are coming up, which may put the industry into a big issue of having to apply a system like the factories, the power factories right now, where you have to go to the carbon stock exchange to buy emission allowances. And that's something that we wouldn't like to see in the future. Yes, eco is now a fashionable word, but there is real eco and there is not so good eco. So if you really do a design change that reduces fuel consumption, and there are ways to do it, and it works, then the payback period can be very short. It can be months. You can imagine reducing 10 or 15% your fuel consumption. With today's price of fuel, that means that in about 6 months, depending on what retrofit you did or change in the hull lines of the ship you did, which costs basically nothing for a new build, the payback period may be months or a year or so. At this moment, I would have to say that we have to keep a wait-and-see attitude. So the easiest way to comply right now is to just buy and burn gas oil. Because the scrubbers have their own operational problems, they cost a lot, and also we might have regulations coming up that except for the sulfur scrubbers, you might need another similar piece of equipment to control NOx emissions. So the easiest thing to do right now is burn gas oil, and let's see where the whole thing goes.